Good morning everyone, it's Dave here from davestravelpages.com and this is day 16 of my bike tour around central Greece. Today I'm going to leave my chalet, which is by the river at Evinou, and I'm going to cycle between 30 and 50 kilometres to my next destination. The reason I'm not too sure about the distance at the moment is I need to check the road conditions along the way, but I can explain that as I'm cycling. So let's go. Just about 10 o'clock and leaving the chalet now. €35 also included the breakfast, so I've actually had two breakfasts today, which is quite good because I was getting worried about food and supplies because I've not seen a mini market for some time. So now I'll head down to the lake, turn right. The town I'm heading for is actually called Kato Chora, which means lower town. I've got two possibilities of routes to get there, which will happen at a junction a little bit further down the road. Before that junction though, I've got a bit of flat and then 600 metres of ascent over about 10 kilometres. The temperature is definitely a lot fresher this morning. It does feel like when the sun comes out it's going to be another hot one later on though. It looks like this road is following the original path of the river through the valley. So the river is partly dammed, which is what causes the lake. And this road is following along the mountainside. It's pretty rare. I don't expect to see much traffic today at all. Quick stop to check out the view. This is the road I've just come up and I'm going to be heading down there, and this is the valley I've been following so far, but I'm due to turn to the right now, so I'm going to be heading, well, into the sun basically, over in that direction. But it's pretty breathtaking. Yeah, I wonder how many bike tourists they get around here. I'm not going to say cyclists because I imagine that they get cyclists, like local cyclists. This must be a dream if you're a roadie. But bicycle tourists, it's a bit off the beaten path for people to bother with it, I think. Could account for some of the strange looks I've been getting. But then, maybe not. This is one of those decision points that I've reached. So I'm going to turn to the right and hope that it's going to be okay. I think there's going to be a bit of gravel section. I just hope that I can cycle it with this bike. It really depends on the gradient of the gravel more than anything else. This is a cute little village. When you get that bead of sweat, it just rolls nicely down your back and then down into the crack of your arse. You know you've had a good workout coming uphill. Got about 2 kilometres until the turn off where I need to make my mind up what I'm doing. If it is a gravel road and it's as steep as this, I don't think it's advisable, because even though it's only 5 kilometres long, Oh, it'll be a bit of a, well, it'll be a bit of a tough one, I think. That said, if I take the other route, I do an additional 600 meters of elevation. Oh, it's a tough one. I had a quick look back behind me. Pretty epic. I think he needs to move out the way. Yeah, whatever. I just checked the temperature and it's only 20 degrees, which in a way is a blessing, because coming uphill like this, obviously I'm feeling pretty hot anyway. But yeah, if it stays like this all day, that'd be quite nice. I think we're due a bit of a temperature drop here in Greece, and maybe the days of 30 degrees are behind us, but given that I'm probably at an elevation of 1,000 meters, 1,200 meters, I suspect it will be cooler up here than it is ground level anyway. So I mentioned that I would get to a junction in the road, and it looked like it was going to be a gravel road. However, this is blessed new tarmac. Worship the tarmac. This is going to make life a lot easier. As long as the road goes all the way through to the village that I want, things are looking good. So this will knock off 600 meters of elevation for the day, which means that over 35 kilometers I will only have done 1,200 meters. Only, he says. But that will be enough for one day. Then I can stay at this village, put my feet up, and then get to Delphi over the next 2 days. This new road feels great underneath the wheels. It's funny sometimes what lifts your spirits. Sometimes it's a nice cold glass of water, sometimes an act of random kindness, and sometimes it's just a lovely road with no one on it and views all around. Time for a well-earned break. I think that's most of the uphill out of the way for today. That sealed road, this new sealed road here, is a real godsend. It's made a massive difference to my day, so I should easily be at my accommodation for 2 o'clock. So I'll be nice and rested for the next 2 days. That was a nice little stop by the water fountain, and just had a look at my route. There's 13 kilometers left to go. I think it might even be mostly downhill. So it's only going to be a short day cycle ride. But do you know what? I don't think every day needs to be some monster effort. It is about enjoying yourself after all. Ready to finish this bit of road. Wouldn't surprise me to see a bunch of trucks and tarmac at the bottom.
In 200 meters, right left.
Well, I'm not sure where I got the idea it was all going to be downhill. It's not been that way so far. So perhaps it's going to go over this ridge line in front of me and then it will be downhill. This steep section of road is a bit of a killer, but I'm almost there. And that is looking back on the direction I've come. So this is the last section of road you can see winding down. So that's the top of the pass, a pass with no name, and now I'm confident it's downhill towards Kato Chora, which means the low town, over some very similar landscape. One of the good things about downhill sections like this is that it dries your t-shirt where it's been covered in sweat. Hope you appreciate these little insights into life on the bike. Look at downhill ascents, or descents I should say, like this and think, man, I'm glad I didn't have to cycle it the other way, that looks terrible. But inevitably it's probably what I did the other side. It's just that my head's down and I'm just plodding along. I just didn't notice. Ooh, some more cows in the road. I need another cow joke. Their cowbells sound very moo-sical. That look very happy, does it? They're very amusing. Well, I hope I don't say any more because I've run out of jokes now. Not that those ones were very funny. So then, I am following this road down, and I would say that this town here is where I'm heading for, which is Kato Chora, which means low town. I don't know if you can quite make out here. There's another town there, which presumably is the high town. Now, I think I need to cycle out of there tomorrow, which means basically I've got to go from here over this mountain tomorrow. But that's tomorrow's problem. So screw it, I'm almost there. I'm going to get to the chalet, I'm going to put my feet up and I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. So I'm coming off of that road and now heading down into the town. There's a possibility that I'll need to come back up this road tomorrow morning, but I need to work out tomorrow's route a little bit later on today. There's various options, I just need to work out the one which is going to be easier. And the place I'm heading for should be about 1 kilometre away now. Hi there, so I arrived at my accommodation in Kato Chora, and it's a little cabin thing, which is quite cool. It's a little bit more expensive than I would normally pay, so this is €40 for the night, including breakfast, but what the hell, I'm on holiday, right? So the end of day roundup. The daily spend today was €35, so that was for the accommodation that I had yesterday. There's been no food bought today. If there is some tonight, I'll put it on the bill tomorrow. And you can look at the description below and I give you a breakdown of what I spend each day, as well as a running daily average. And the thing after that is the daily lesson, isn't it? So the lesson I think today is to do with food. I think it's easy not to eat enough on a bike tour, and you feel hungry all the time. But it also gets a little bit boring eating all the time sometimes, and you kind of have to force yourself just to have that extra meal which you need to replace all the calories. So my lesson of the day is, eat as much as you can. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers for now.